Hi, I'm Samantha de la Herran, and this is my directing class final project pitch. So, here goes. So I was thinking of doing kind of like a dramatic comedy kind of a thing, and so my idea was that like a very stereotypical meat-eating hunter kind of a person is like grilling meat at a park or something and drops like his paper plates, and then he walks over to a group of vegans, and he asks if they have a spare paper plate, and so he asks them if they have a spare paper plate, and they judge him for his use of non-compostable single-use like plastic plates, and they criticize him for his meat eating, but kind of in a calm, like stereotypical earth-loving kind of way. So like, oh yeah, like, man, you really shouldn't be eating those kinds of things, and something like that. And then he gets angry and defensive and pushes all their vegetables onto the floor off of like the picnic table, and he's like aggressively like eating the meat he just grilled. And then it's like the next day, and the guy wakes up and looks in his refrigerator, and there's like no meat. So he looks everywhere, and still there's like no meat anywhere. And so he drives to his local market and finds that there's no meat section at the store, and there's only like vegetables everywhere he goes. And he asks the employees like, where's the steak, where's the chicken breast, where's the ground beef, and where's the drumsticks? And they're like, what? We don't eat animals, you're a monster, why would you ever eat an animal? And so he gets upset, and then he goes to his car. And so I always think it's funny when movies or like little skits and stuff, they have someone just sitting in silence, like thinking over what just happened. So he's sitting in his car in silence, just like mulling over what just happened, and then he ends up going back inside to the store and is like, okay, like picks up like a bell pepper, picks up like a zucchini, picks up different kinds of vegetables and like buys them. And then I'm kind of thinking like he goes like home, and then there's like a montage of him like learning how to cook and like examining the vegetables and like not knowing what they are and not knowing what to do with them, and then slowly he'll start like enjoying the vegetables and liking them, and like he ends up being like a happy like little vegan. And then it's the next morning, and he wakes up and he opens his fridge and it's empty. So he's like, oh, I have to go to the store again. And then he wants to go get more vegetables, but he drives there and he's like, oh, the meat section is back. And so he's all excited and he runs back to the meat section, and then he looks down at the package and it's a human foot. So instead of eating animals, now people are eating people. So decided to throw in that as my twist at the end, for like cannibals and stuff. And there are a few problems like with what I came up with, and like this is just like my first kind of idea, but like it would be hard for me to film like at a grocery store. So I was thinking maybe I could do like, there's everywhere is doing that grocery like delivery system kind of a thing, so I could be like, oh, like his daily delivery of food, and then like one day it's like, instead of him going to the store and there's no meat section, it's like he opens up his like delivery of groceries, and then like there's no meat in it, so he's like, oh, where's my meat? And they're like, oh, you animal. And then he ends up cooking with the vegetables, and then the next day he opens it, and then like the human foot is in there with his meat. So I was thinking maybe that instead of the grocery store. Let me know if I should change anything or whatever. Yeah, so that's my idea, and thank you.